Hello, YouTube. So today we are going to learn how to make an API endpoint on AWS. We'll be using AWS Lambda, and let's get started. So if you don't have Lambda over here, we can just search it, and we are now here. Now I have already one app running, one Lambda, but let's make a different one. So let's have it like this, and I'll be using Python. And everything is fine except I will tell you what the policies will go. Like we need a certain amount of permissions that goes with this Lambda. It is just a execution basic Lambda permission. So let me just try. If this doesn't work, I will provide you what policies we need. Because sometimes the Lambda permission does not include the traffic that comes outside of the AWS IAM. So that's why we really need to add that. But as you can see, we are now having this new Lambda function. We don't need this. Delete that. I don't like the name of it. So I will change it to main.py. And that's it. So of course, and as you see here, that was the name of the file we had earlier, and that was the function we had earlier. So we just need to edit that. Main is the file name now, and handler, which we are going to name it. So that's done. So for this project, we are going to use Fast API. But to use Fast API on AWS, we need to import it. We cannot do it like pip install like we usually do on a local PC. We need to import it through a file here. We usually have a best practice to use layer on AWS. So I will be pasting a link or whatever that YouTube is allowing. But what I did was I created a dependency where was a dependency layer. Oh, here it is. So I just need to add that into our project. Let's specify ARN, verify it's there. I also added OpenAI API, like OpenAI dependencies to test my previous function. So now we have it. Now we just need to import it in our project. So that's how you do it. And what I again will be doing will be importing Mangum. If you don't know what Mangum is, it is just a wrapper that we need to have this handler. Previously we had Lambda handler, but to make it more clean, we use Mangum. It's a wrap class that we need to wrap our app. So this is our app. We'll be initializing that. Now we need to wrap it in Mangum. So that's it. Now let's define a get route for our app. So this is our get route, and let's do this and return a dictionary. So it says message, and let's say the word here, and that's it. Now this should be good, but now we need a function URL, which is actually an API endpoint that we will pass, that we will need to access our program. So to do that, we will go into configuration, we go into function URL, and let's create a function URL. Now here there is a two option. One is AWS IAM and then none. Here, as you can see, only authenticated IAM user, that is the company employees, only can access this. If you want it to be a public access, then we need to go and click none. And now for additional settings, we need to configure our course. We need to have a date. We need to expose our headers, API IDs, and then allow headers would be authorization, because we need that if they need it. And let's see, I just want to do get and post for here, and this is an idle number. Yep. And that's it. Let's try it. Permission. Let's see. This one got created also, like as you can see. But again, I'm not sure if this policy will work. We might need to edit, but let's see. So here's our URL. There's definitely an internal error because I knew it. So now let me just use that permission what we had earlier. Let's use that fast API. I will go through what's needed there, and let's refresh it. Are we using our dependency correctly? Yeah, we are. We're having main.error and helmingem, correct. And we have that. It should work. Oh, is it really? Oh. Let's try it again. Sometimes there's only a minor issue, like rest the program will work, as you can see. Oh, voila. So as you can see, it's very simple to create an API endpoint on AWS. This one is like the cost for this is very low. Like I have seen many API endpoint servers where they charge really so much. Oops, I almost forgot about our policy and permissions that we talked about earlier. So before that, we had this auto-generated role that and it only had a basic Lambda execution role and policy. We don't know that. We don't need that. I mean, we need that, but we also need some another policies that we need to add. So this is the policies that we didn't have earlier. So before that, it was only create log, stream, and put log events. But we also need is invoke function and invoke async that will allow third-party user to access your URL. So make sure you add this policy. If you want to have access to that policies as well, I will comment down below if you ask me. And another thing was about the layers. This is how the layers work. See, like you need to create a dependency folder, and in that you will have a Python folder, and then this is all the dependency that you require in your project. Once that is done, we just compress this. And once we compress it, it's in zip file. Then you need to create a layer. To create a layer, we will go into this. We will have layer folder here, and we will create a layer. We will upload a zip file that we just created and name your whatever the name and create it. And that's about it. So hope you like this video. Hope you have learned something new in this video. Make sure you comment down below what you need to see in this channel. I'm just experimenting with many different videos. I will love to know how you are feeling about this. Thank you so much.